charges in the gruesome murder and dismemberment of a landlord on the city's north side.
The victim, 69-year-old Frances Walker, is described as generous, friendly, someone who welcomed others into her home.
We have team coverage tonight. CBS 2's Charlie DeMar spoke with the family and friends, but we begin with Jermont Terry on the investigation. Jermont.
Erica and Joe, the woman charged in this murder is not talking to detectives tonight. And despite invoking her Fifth Amendment right, Chicago police are trying to piece together what they can about this disturbing case and how they believe this gruesome murder played out.
Investigators in hazmat suits uncovering the forensic evidence at this house in Arcadia Terrace on the north side. It's here where Chicago police say Sandra Kulalu murdered her landlord, dismembered the woman, and then tried hiding the body parts. Yet before the discovery early Monday morning, others living in the building were awakened.
They heard screaming at about 2:30 in the morning Monday night, and that's when the next day, at about, like I said, 6 or 7 p.m., they called to report the victim missing.
Police say Kulalu was known to argue with her landlord, Frances Walker, and tenants called 911 several times about her.
Many of the tenants who lived in this house were afraid of this individual.
Which is why they suspected something serious happened the night before, right below them.
And they immediately started texting the victim, saying, "Are you okay?"
Yet police say Kulalu replied to text messages, leaving the impression Walker was still alive. But the tenants still called police.
They couldn't find any signs of blood or foul play.
Officers tried talking to Kulalu before she jumped into a tow truck at the house.
The defendant at that time said that she knew her rights, didn't want to talk to the police.
The tow truck driver took her to Foster Beach, unaware what police would later find in this garbage can: human remains. Outside the house, officers spotted blood-stained rags. Police then went inside Kulalu's bedroom. There, cops were met with a ghastly sight.
At which point, they discovered gruesome remains in a freezer. It possibly could have been done with large butcher knives.
The police say the murder and dismemberment all happened inside the house, telling us that they also found some blood-stained knives inside as well. When asked about a possible motive, police say that Kulalu had recently received her eviction notice just a few days before.
From Jermont, we go to Charlie DeMar, live outside the home. And Charlie, you talked to a stunned brother and friends.
Those are the words that keep coming up when people describe Frances Walker. She played organ in local churches. She played the piano at a ballet school in Evanston tonight, remembered by her family and friends who knew her closest.
Nobody deserves what happened to her.
Tonight, Arnold Walker returned to the Northside home where his sister Frances was murdered and dismembered. She was 69.
She didn't have any enemies. This is an exceptional circumstance. You're talking about good and evil there.
I could not imagine anyone that would kill a person like that.
Frances, remembered as generous and trusting of all, rented out rooms in her home on the 5900 block of Washtenaw. Family says they were unaware of any issues with Sandra Kulalu, who is now charged with murdering Frances.
Nothing about her. We didn't know she existed.
We know from the other tenant that my sister-in-law was in the process of eviction.
Evicting Sandra.
Yes, evicting Sandra.
She was generous with her time. She helped the younger generation. She didn't have children of her own, but she was wonderful with kids.
As a retiree, Frances played organ at several churches, including this one in Lincoln Square.
Oh, I don't know. We're going to miss her terribly in so many ways.
She's also played piano at Evanston's School of Ballet since 1978. Frances rarely missed a weekend on the Keys.
In fact, last Saturday morning she came. She said, "I just love being here." I said, "Well, we love having you."
Carrie Hubata owns the school.
It's just so difficult to reconcile the fact that someone so kind and sweet and gentle could meet an end like this. It's not fair for anyone, let alone Fran.
And Walker's brother says that her beloved dog, Lukey, was also killed in this incident. Funeral arrangements are still pending. Reporting live tonight in the Arcadia Terrace neighborhood, Charlie DeMar, CBS 2 News.